Right, let's set this up. I believe we are live now. Let me just double check. There we go. So, good day, ladies and gents. This is the Ecclesiarch here, back to you with some more Horus Heresy Legions card creation tournaments, not card reveals. That was a couple of days ago. So, back again with none other than Shad himself. So, Shad, how are we feeling about today's tournament?
Yeah, it's a difficult design brief. I myself struggled to come up with something, although I'm quite happy with the final result now. But I did have to make something from scratch because it's just weird design space. I didn't have anything from my archives to pull from.
No, I mean, it's an interesting one, though. Hey, Igor. So, yeah. Plus, it looks so cute. Look at that. Hey, Transcend.
You want to know something cursed about that art?
What? Don't tell me it's from Rule 34.
Kind of. It's very definitely some weird furry shit because I looked it up and that is a Grox, yes, and there is another Grox in the picture, but there's also like some weird beast man like women that are very, I don't know. There's something very clearly fetishized going on there, and I was not a fan, but it was the best Grox art I could find, so fuck it, we went with it.
Oh,
just very judiciously cropped.
Yeah, I just don't want to know. Oh, teacher. Teacher, did you see the game Onta stream today? Oh my god, he streamed Fear and Hunger today. I was supposed to watch that and I forgot. I'm gonna go back and watch it because Fear and Hunger, it's much more fun to watch people playing it than play it yourself. Okay, so without further ado, guys, we shall begin. And first we got Shad's card, Fattened Grox, Slaughter Animal. These are like the cattle basically for the Imperium, right? As I remember.
Yep, even in 40k, the cattle are fucked up and grimdark.
Yeah, oh, what can you do? Alright, so at the beginning of your turn, increase this card's cost and toughness by 1, so HP I guess, in your hand to a maximum of 10. Backlash, draw cards equal to the troops' maximum toughness. Are you sure you're not playing tabletop right now, Shad?
I may have used the wrong word. I was very tired when I made this. There's also a grammar error because there's an unnecessary apostrophe in cards. So, yeah, I am become error. Judge me harshly.
Yikes, Shad, the chat's gonna go crazy. And hi, Razia.
Good.
Hey, Zach, what's up, guys? Yeah, so this is just relentless. I agree. But
no. It's in your hand. In your hand.
Oh, okay, in your hand. That's correct. Actually,
doesn't trigger on the battlefield.
Honestly, I mean it's quite flavorful. You're just fattening it, and when you slaughter it, finally, you
exactly
the reward. So
exactly, yeah. Oh yeah.
Arrest the fun police.
Yeah, no, I deserve it. Those are some pretty fucking rookie errors.
Oh, this is actually pretty interesting. Can it go? Oh, maximum of 10. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, they are both to a maximum of 10, so it'll hit 10, but the toughness will keep on increasing. So there's actually a little bit of extra flavor where if you really, really wait, you can end up with a 10 energy 3/10 that will draw you 10. Completely impractical, but funny. Like, maximum flavor. That's fucking Wagyu Grox, that is.
I actually quite like this card because even when it's like not fattened up, you can just play a 4 energy 3/2, draw 2 cards. Honestly speaking, yeah. I quite like it.
It's not the worst if you just play it on curve, yeah. But I don't know. The problem is it doesn't actually get significantly stronger as you wait. So I don't know. I think I might give this another go if I redesigned it. But
I think it's quite fine.
The idea is cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's just like the execution's a bit meh.
Yeah, flavor's nice, and I mean honestly,
flavor.
I'd play it. So yeah, 6 energy 3/4 is kind of ass, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's kind of the point. I feel like it doesn't grow in power as it increases in strength. In cost is the problem. Yeah, so I think you're right, Raziel. In fact, if I could change it, I would change it so it draws cards and gains you life because that flavor flea represents eating supplies as well. So that's probably what I'd do to.
Shad, you got your Vox being hacked, I think.
Oh shit! Sorry. Fix that.
Okay, who's doing that?
Nah, my hardware's just shit.
Okay, I actually got a serious question. Like, why does that happen every single time when Ozzy joins the stream?
I
don't know, man. The Alpha Legion.
Is that any better?
No.
Ah.
I imagine that's kind of how the Vox sounded when in the first book Thanos was fucking with it. Ooh, I'm gonna see it, Eager. I think Shad has just completely cut off. Okay, gentlemen, Shad is not here, so this is the time to shit on his card. Dump out the card. The best burn receives an honorary reward. Not really.
Okay, that should work.
Now it sounds like you're speaking from a helium balloon, but I think that works.
Well, whatever.
Okay.
As long as it's not, audio blasting.
No, that's better. That's better.
Okay, cool,
okay,
cool.
all right. Let's move on to my card, I guess.
Right. Regulus. 63rd Expedition, a 1-energy, 1/1 Chaos Infantry. Interesting. Rally. Choose a Mechanicum troop and add it to your hand. Backlash. Return this card to your hand and increase its cost by 1. I wonder if this should start at 2 energy, but I do like it. It's kind of like a weird Kaizu Lane, who we've been seeing a lot of in the Legacy Threat series lately, of course. I don't know, when would you play this? It's Chaos, not Mechanicum. Is that intentional?
Technically, yeah, it should be Mechanicum. That's a little bit of a fuck up. It should be a Mechanicum, yeah. I was just thinking of how he's like the War Master's thing, and I just forgot that even the Dark Mechanicum here is just Mechanicum, so yes.
Usually, well, maybe you could flip it around and really choose a Chaos troop, even though it is itself Mechanicum. But yeah, no, I like the idea behind it. I would like more sources of neutral draw, personally. And the fact that you can keep on using it, but it becomes less efficient as it goes on, is a nice sort of like desperation play when you're really running low on gas. So, yeah, actually, I think I'm fine with that, the 1 energy cost. It's only 1/1 after all. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Plus, I mean, the idea behind it is that this guy was dispatched always to bring Horus more supplies, pledge more people to Horus, from the Mechanicum more support, so he's technically bringing more and more Mechanicum stuff, but also it costs more because obviously you cannot just wish your guy over there, right? It technically takes time, it takes effort, it takes resources, so
yeah. Hypno did point out, however, that it might not be increasing the cost as you intend it to. So is it supposed to continue increasing cost?
Obviously, it's supposed to continue increasing. I'm just not sure how you exactly word that in EG code, so...
Let's just compare that to the...
Chad, I can't hear you.
Oh, hang on.
I think the guy is starting to get possessed or something. I'm not sure. Okay, gentlemen. So today we see the end of the Fun Police, and today we see the birth of the Demon Prince of Fun. Shadowland the Cruel. Okay, you know what, guys? Let's just move on to the next card till we wait for Shad. I'll say my opinion and then he'll be back. Okay, I am Alfarius. So instantly an Alpha Legion card. And honestly speaking, why am I not surprised? Because Alpha Legion is very much expected in this situation. Because like there's a lot of people who are... Oh, what's up?
How's this?
Okay, that's better.
Yep, good, cool. All right.
Okay, so yeah, we got the we got the Alpha Legion card. 1 energy reflection. Give frontline to a friendly unit until your next turn. Increase the cost of this tactic by 2. Ooh. All right. So I think actually, so here's what I think. I think this is pretty alright. I don't see this being used a lot, though. Like, by a lot, I'm saying that I don't see this being used on many different targets, I guess, because, like, imagine, like, you use this on your warlord maybe to protect some of your troops, or use it on one troop to protect your warlord. There's not going to be a lot of situations where you can just target a lot of stuff. Maybe instead of just... maybe what it could do is give frontline to a unit instead, so it could be...
mind. Yep.
So it could be a more flexible Fateful Clash. What do you think, Shad?
Yeah, I would love that card. Although again, it kind of feels like the cost increase is not necessary, or if it is, it should be far less punishing because, this is quite a minor effect for one energy, even if you were able to use it to snipe enemies by giving them frontline and the like. So it just feels like you're kind of forcing the cost increase in to satisfy the requirements of the condition of the tournament. Like the card itself doesn't need it. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's what Raziel also said. Like you don't really use this card more than once.
Yeah.
Instead, you could just turn it into a. You could just turn it into.
One energy reflection and what you said, give frontline to target unit. That would be an interesting and very flavorful card. Yeah, but
Shockwave, the tournament is about cards that increase their cost. Yeah, I think the idea is good. It's just it seems like this cost increase is just slapped there, as Chat said, just because it's necessary for the tournament. That's the only problem with it. Yeah.
Fair enough, though. This is a difficult one. Anyway, nothing else.
Okay, you're next, Chad. Hold the line.
One energy, legendary Imperial Army tactic. It has reflection. Lots of reflection. Draw a troop or draw a tactic from your deck. Reduce their cost by 1. Increase the cost of this card by 1 this turn. Okay.
Ooh.
So you can choose what to draw. Troop, that would mean it would be quite useful for combo decks. You'd be able to fish for the piece of need. Increase the cost of this card by 1. Increase it to 2, and as Raziel and already I don't know as well, sorry, then that wording means it would stay at 2 energy, so it would continue being at 2 energy cost.
Chad, I think we can barely hear you again.
Oh, God damn it! How about now?
Yeah, now it's better. Yeah, nope, you were spammed again. You were putting spam again, and now I'm gonna fix it real quick.
I might have to go find another microphone. Well, no, I'll last resort. I don't want to bust out the snow. Right, what was I doing? Yes, sorry. How much of that did you hear, if any?
I think it's okay.
Well, anyway, so basically, yeah, it's just kind of generic draw is the thing. I don't understand why this is legendary, and just draw cards, draw a specific kind of card.
I gotta love how we can barely hear Shad. Okay, so let me say what I think about this. I think the main issue.
You rant. I'm gonna go find a real microphone. Be right back.
Okay, so guys, the problem I see with this card is that it's a little bit too nasty. Because like at 3 energy, or 2 energy, or not, yeah, at 3 energy, you can use this twice. It's basically double to Kulka engine. So I think it's a little bit too nasty because it also reduces the cost by 1. I think it's a little bit too overpowered, honestly. And in terms of hold the line, I understand you're pushing more and more troops into it. So yeah, I think it's a little bit too nasty, is what I think. It's going to be too overpowered. I see the idea behind it, but I think at least you should reduce the cost if you're going to do something like this, because it seems like it's a little bit too strong. All right, so let's move on to the next card, which is Dark Bargain. Interesting. So you got a Chaos card, which is which has the Art of Tzeentch, basically, so makes sense. So Dark Bargain, Offer of Tzeentch. Reflection, your warlord takes 1 damage, choose a tactic from your deck and add it to your hand. Increase the cost of the card by 1. Now, there is a question about this. What does this mean does this mean that you add a copy of it to your hand, or do you just draw it and add it to your hand? Because add it to your hand doesn't. I don't think that's how it's supposed to be worded. But I'm guessing it's supposed to be. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a copy of it, right?
I'm back.
Okay, Shad, welcome back. You're right in time. So, what do
Where
you
we
think
at?
about this card?
Which one?
This one,
Got bargain still?
yeah, I think it's supposed to be add a copy of it to your hand. So, what do you think?
No, it looks like it's a draw. It's just worded a little strangely, but so it's command bridge, but with the potential to spam it if you want, and also you take a bit of damage in recompense. Honestly, people would play this just for a second copy of command bridge in the decks that actually want that effect. So yeah, I can see it being played, but again, it feels kind of clunky. That cost increase again, it just the cards. I don't know if it really wants to be there. It kind of feels forced again. But I like the flavor of it. Forbidden knowledge from Tzeentch makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, flavorfully, it's really good. Every time it's harder to pull off, you take some damage. Ozzy says Angron would abuse this. Absolutely, he would abuse this.
Oh, that's a good point. And also very bad flavor, because Tzeentch and Khorne do not get along. But yeah, no, it's a good point. That's an interesting idea. I wouldn't have thought of that. So if we compare the wording of that to Command Bridge reads, choose a tactic from your deck and draw it. So that would be the correct wording to use if you're following these templating. Choose a tactic from your deck and draw it. Although technically the way you've worded it means it wouldn't trigger draw effects, so Alpha Legion can get fucked. There's also... yeah, I don't see any other wording issues especially. You technically don't need a full stop at the end of the final sentence. E.g., don't usually do that, and especially after a energy symbol, it looks kind of weird. Also, it should be off. It should be offer of Tzeentch just seems kind of strange, although there's nothing grammatically wrong with it. I'd probably put Tzeentch's bargain or Tzeentch's offer, something like that. Well, you already said bargain, didn't you? Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, done now. That's about all I've got to add. Yeah.
Same for me. So nothing different there. Okay, that's you. Right. Diminishing Supplies.
All right, 2 energy, rare, Imperial Army Tactic. Could have done with a better filter over that. Looks like a photo, because it is a photo. But yeah, anyway. Draw 2 cards. Return this card to your deck. It costs 2 more. So it is better Gathering Intelligence, then it becomes shitty Gathering Intelligence, because Gathering Intelligence is shitty. You know what? I don't actually hate that, because 2 energy draw 2 is very competitive as a rate, especially in factions that have poor draw. But obviously, it clogs up your deck with potentially worse draw later. Yeah, that's pretty cool, honestly. It's simple, but it works the way it should. I just kind of like the idea that you're getting a box with a pair of Imperial Space Marine Pauldrons in it, Greaves, and nothing else. That's just kind of amusing to me.
I mean, it's actually a pretty cool flavor, if you ask me, Shad. Because if you think about it. So at first you're like summoning supplies like as soon as possible. You're like, okay,
yeah,
you gotta you gotta get it as fast as possible. But then because you already got it, the next part it gets like even more difficult. So technically speaking, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good one.
Probably the best design so far. Yeah.
Yep. This is like one of those cards, simple and very good. Okay, Heroes Respite, Gathering Intelligence Pipeline is... yeah, Heroes Respite or Resupply as it was in Sons of Horus.
Oh, yeah, Resupply, yeah.
What the fuck?
Stoned Defenses.
Okay, I can see what you guys are up to there. Okay, Stoned Defenses, 4 energy, cost 1 more for each friendly troop. Give Bastion 420 to friendly troops. Give your World of Relentless Jammer random. What the literal hell?
You know what they've done here again? They've made a cool card and they've ruined it with memes, and I'm annoyed again.
That's like a thing, man.
It's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, obviously 420 is too much, but like if that was like Bastion 10 or something absurd. But, the whole point was they're unkillable, but you will randomly jam them eventually. That's kind of interesting.
Well, let's just say that didn't happen. So,
Damn it, Ozzy. Oh, I know you made that.
okay.
Probably. Actually, no, I take it back. The English is too good.
Oh God. Okay, so my soldier's rage. Okay, I like the art on that. It's free energy. Basically a
It's
commissar.
Attack on Titan reference as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So cost one more for each friendly unit in play. Give Berserk to all friendly units this turn. Double the damage dealt to and dealt by friendly units in combat this turn. Ooh.
Brutal.
Oh, this is actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie. So, oh, and it's costs more the more troops you have. So you cannot just vomit and then use this.
Hmm.
This is a very interesting design, and it's like a double-edged sword as well, which I like it. Which I like. Hmm.
I mean, realistically, it's going to be used as a combo finisher, though, or a wide board finisher. But
Mm-hmm.
the flavor is great, yeah, and referencing the iconic scene from Attack on Titan, it is perfect. I would say though, the wording is janky as hell, and it'll be way easier to fix if you just said cost one more for each friendly unit in play, give Berserk, and to all units in play, double all units. Sorry, give Berserk and double the attack of all units in play until end of turn. That would be way easier.
Yeah, I like it. Honestly, I like it. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see
Yeah,
anything inherently
cool
wrong
idea.
with it, so yeah.
No, it's a cool idea, yeah. And have they redone it? But yeah, they have with the they're good with the meme video art for it. I like that.
Okay. That's awesome. So it was an Attack on the Titans reference.
Wow, I mean, yeah, no, there's this amazing video that someone's done animating over the
But
original cells.
what the heck is the Hulk though?
Creek.
That's just a full meme, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. Second wind. Go
Zero
on.
energy. 1,000 Suns rare. Gain 4 psychic energy. Cost 1 more for each point of psychic energy you have. Yeah, this is busted. that is a disgusting effect. That should probably cost 2 energy, but probably maybe 1. But like, oh, the sheer combo potential that has is gross.
You
I would
think?
yeah. Well, you know what? It's less broken than I first thought. My knee-jerk reaction was it was disgusting, but honestly, if it was 1 energy, that would probably be balanced. So it's actually not that far off from balance. At 0 though, woof. I feel like there's things you can do with that are very not nice.
Yeah, I think so. I think that is the thing.
But at 1, yeah, it'd be fair, right?
Absolutely, I think so. I think at 1 it's absolutely beautiful. I'd actually like say it would be a perfect card at 1.
Yeah. I do like the idea behind it, although people are very wary of doing any psychic shenanigans with Thousand Suns, aren't they? Because of how bullshit they were before in their first iteration. But yeah, I like it. So, all the rares are popping off today. All these overcomplicated legendaries, and it's just like, nah, nice simple effect in it, bruv.
Okay, True Sons of Cathonia. Your warlord gains +2 attack until your next turn. Repeat this effect for each friendly troop with spear tip in play. Cost 2 more for each friendly troop with Mark of Chaos in play. So basically, True Son of Cathonia. Okay, so basically, you don't want to play this when you have a lot of Marks of Chaos. So maybe you play this on a Sons of Horus Warlord that doesn't really target that, like maybe Abaddon or Asheradon, maybe. The question is, how busted would this be, though? So this would be 4 energy +2, so it's like... Okay, let's take House Maccabeus as the point. How much does Maccabeus give, Shad?
+4. No. Yes. I don't know. I don't. Who the fuck plays Knights anymore? Hang on. I've got the game open. I'll have a look. House Maccabeus is hard to find. +4. Yeah, +4.
So House Maccabeus is 4 energy +4, and when it had a card draw, it was broken as fuck, if you ask me.
It had a card draw? When was this? Oh, that's disgusting.
On release, it had a card draw. On top of everything that the Knights had, they also had that, by the way.
Oh, EG, why would you do this? All right.
Well, I mean, Knights were an abomination, but anyway. So this one is a weaker version of House Maccabeus that also needs at least 2 spear tips to become equal to House Maccabeus, and also
No,
has a
just the one.
downside.
Just the one, because it gets +2.
Repeat this effect. Yeah, sorry. So you gotta have something on the board. So it's a conditional Maccabeus with a drawback. I think it's a little weak, honestly, is what I think.
I
But
disagree.
depends.
Nah, you could do things with this.
You could do a combo with it. That's true.
Well, if you recontextualize it like this, teacher, how does it sound as a 4 energy, deal 2 damage plus an additional 2 for each spear tip troop you control? Because you can ignore the Mark of Chaos thing. If you're having this in your deck, you're going to build your deck to not have Marks of Chaos. So you can ignore that. It just makes your deck a little bit weaker overall. So when you consider it like that, does it suddenly become quite a strong burn tool?
Well, I mean, you don't have to attack with it.
You don't, but you would. Come on.
No, what I mean is like, if it were like that, you won't have to attack with it. Now you have
Oh,
to.
yes. Sure. There are other downsides in play, but my point is that if you can relatively easily turn this into a 4 energy, deal 6 to the enemy face, which you can because there are cheap, shitty spear tips, and they don't need to trigger their spear tip, they just need to be in play. So this could turn into a good thing. Honestly, though, I don't think it's bad. I think it's reasonably well balanced for that because, again, like you said, you do have to jump through some hoops, and turning it into 4 damage, deal 6, or 4 damage, deal 8 is quite...
Yeah, potential. There's the potential there, yeah.
I'd say maybe 5 energy, and I think I'd be safe signing off on this.
You would even increase the cost?
Yeah, I think 5 energy would be the right place for it, because it's easy to get... Like you said, it's easy to get 4. It's not that hard to get 6. 8 is very doable, and there's a higher ceiling potentially, but that's kind of Magical Christmas Land. So, 5, I think, is the sweet spot where it should sit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think it's maybe... I don't know. I don't see the cost increasing, but fair enough.
Yeah, that again feels kind of tacked on, but it is flavorful, so we can give him that, I suppose.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll take it. Courageous Stand?
All right, is this one mine? Yes. 1 energy, rare, ultramarines. It's a practical. Wow, bringing back a dogshit mechanic there. Costs 1 more for each troop you control. Give your troops front line and trigger their courage. Well, it scales with the amount of troops you have, so that means that it doesn't become more busted. I don't know, though. I think that kind of makes it too not very good anymore. Like, that's minimum 2 energy. Yes, they get frontline, which is kind of nice, but it's also kind of a tangential benefit most of the time. This feels like one of those cards that shouldn't have the cost increase again. So, like, it feels like it got warped out of shape to fit into this competition. Like, if this was like a flat 2 energy or 3 energy maybe, and, you could actually use it by spamming the board going wide and then leveraging it. Sure, but, like, the way it's set up right now, you can't leverage it. And the art is spectacular, though. I don't know where that's from, but I love that.
I mean, you could always use it with, like, as the chat said, Stillock, for example, or somebody.
Well, yeah, that's the obvious combo, isn't it? Yeah. There's also technically trigger shouldn't be capitalized, but other than that, no formatting issues really. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd like this better at 2 or 3 energy and just it being flat costs. So,
I think it's all right, honestly. I quite like it, actually. I think there are some combo potentials. But I agree, it would have been better just as a 2-cost card, but still. I'd say... I actually also think, let's say you have the Syrian squad, right? And you use this at 3 energy. At 5 energy, that's 4 Syrian squads, which is a lot of your mission, by the way.
True, that would help. But again, if you've got 2 Syrian squads in play, you're paying 3 energy for this, for essentially just another Syrian squad. That's
2.
Yeah, so it's not even a good rate there. I mean, the front line, sure, but that's not going to matter at that point in the game.
I mean, if you think about it, what's going to happen is that you get 2 front lines and another 2 2/2s, so that's a total of... Yeah, I don't know, it sounds pretty good. But I can see your point why you would prefer it as 2 energy, I guess. Okay, what the hell is this supposed to be? It's yours, Shad.
Oh, Lord of Tumors, 4 energy, 1/4, legendary Chaos Demon. Herald of Nurgle's Black Grail. That's an incredibly metal name. I like that. Greater Demon. Oh, okay, so it's in the Greater Demon pool. Maintenance 4, Poisonous 2, Backlash, add a Plague Spores to the enemy hand. And Plague Spores is a purple card, 2 energy. At the start of your turn, when in hand, a random friendly unit gains permanent poison 1.
Oh my god.
Increase by 2 for each infected. Remove the poison if the card is discarded. I don't like what you're using Poisonous 1 for here, because the whole point of poison is that it's it decreases each turn. It doesn't meaningfully add to the card. Like, that's the point. If you give it like Poisonous 2 or something, but you need to get rid of it, otherwise it's going to snowball and kill them. Like, they already incentivized to remove it from their hand. You don't need to play around and mess around with a mechanic that like is intuitively works in a certain way and then suddenly it doesn't work that way anymore. But the idea of dumping stuff into your opponent's hand is very cool and very much something that only card games online and digitally can do. So I appreciate leaning into that. Also, it shouldn't have Greater Demon. Greater Demon is a very specific thing, and that means that they want it in the Greater Demon summoning pool, getting it from Marks of Chaos. And it messes up the pool if you add to that. Backlash, Plague Spores should be capitalized and in quote. Well, sometimes they put them in quotation marks, sometimes they don't. E.g., are inconsistent, so I'll let you off that one. Also, it's called a disease. That should probably just be a special, unless you're going to make a whole expansion around diseases. It's not worth giving every individual slightly weird tactic a unique card type. But yeah, the idea is cool. I do get the idea. It's just a bit janky in execution.
I have a personal beef with the card, even though I don't think it's bad. I think it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely despise anything that goes into your hand and you have to discard it, otherwise it's trashes you up.
Yeah.
Because in Hearthstone, when I came back to the game a while ago, there was this Warlock stupid card that basically what it did was it added like those nightmares or whatever in your hand. And then you had to get rid of it, otherwise it was friggin' disgusting. And they added like a gazillion to your hand in a turn. And then we get the same thing in Warforged from the Gene Stealers. So I friggin' hate the mechanic. But this is actually a way that I would actually tolerate it, to be honest. I think it's actually pretty good.
Hypnomarine brought something up as well that I was going to point out, which is that it technically doesn't fulfill the requirements of this competition because it doesn't increase a card's cost in your hand. It increases a card's cost in the enemy's hand. So I get that you put the card there, so it's kind of your card, but it's also kind of not. So just saying, kind of skipping the point. Yeah, it's not that big a deal. All right, yours, I believe, or mine? No, yours. Yeah.
Tactical Reserves. Okay. 2 energy Imperial Army card. It costs 1 more for each friendly turn that passes. Oh. Holy. This is actually very interesting. So if you play this on turn 1, on turn 2, you get to play for 5 energy, basically. First 3 and then another 2. And the longer you keep it, the bigger plays you can do.
Well, no, because the cost is part of what you have to pay beforehand. So if you play this turn 1, then you spend 2, and you'll have 0 left, and then it'll spend your remaining energy, which is 0, and you'll refill 0. So I don't get what the point of this card is.
Okay, I'll tell you what it is.
I understand what the point is, sorry. What I mean is the wording is completely broken, so it doesn't do what the
You
guy
sure?
wanted it to do. Yes.
Okay, spend all your energy and refill the same amount next time.
Yeah.
I see what
point.
you mean.
It's supposed to function like what is it, Pride of Mars or whatever, the 0 cost cards that spend all your energy and summon a random troop. It's the same thing as that, but the problem is it's spending its own energy first and then leaving you with nothing to actually drain. So like it's only good if you actually draw it late game. If you top deck it like turn 1, it is literally just a dead card in your hand.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, because it's not gonna count. Okay, so it should be a 0 cost, I guess.
Also, the wording is ambiguous on the first one, which says it costs 1 more for each friendly turn that passes. Is that in your hand, or is that just in general? Like, will it always cost 4 on turn 2, on turn 3, for example? Or will it? Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of I get what you're going for, but again, it feels like it's just kind of forcing in the cost increase. To be honest, like what it should just simply be is just like 0 energy, spend all your remaining energy. The next time your energy is spent, gain that much energy back or something. So that's the point. You're just stashing it for the next turn.
Chad, I actually understand why the cost increase is there, but it has to be worded better. Like,
it's trying to give you back the energy you spent on the card, isn't it?
Yeah, instead, how about it would be like when you play this card, refill the amount of energy you spent playing this card on the next turn.
Yeah, that's what it's meant to be, but it's not worded properly.
Yeah. In that case, even the cost increase would be interesting because you would either make a tempo play early game or a big one late game. So
yes, it would need a clause saying to a maximum of 10, though, otherwise it would break eventually. Although that might be, you can't hold off on your tactical reserve for too long, so that even might be flavorful that it does eventually just break.
Yeah, I think this just needs better wording and it would be a good card.
Yeah, but it is that's too broken for us to give any rewards to, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's just too broken at the point. It's not clear.
It just doesn't work. Yeah. Right. Hidden Amongst the Dead, 1 energy, legendary Death Guard tactic. I like Poxwalkers because we don't see any of those in Horus Heresy, and I feel like they were just beginning to be a thing at the Siege of Terror, so I approve of that. Put in play a Poxwalker. Return this card to your hand at the end of turn and increase cost by 1 when an enemy troop dies of poison. At 5 energy or more, change to put in play a Poxwalker for each enemy troop in play. Okay, that is interesting. So if you hold off on it long enough, it creates an entire fucking horde, which is awesome.
It's an Orato's barge, basically.
Kind of, yeah. What is a Poxwalker? Poxwalker is a 1 energy 1/1 with frontline, survival 1, poisonous 1, gain +1 attack when an enemy troop dies of poison. That's too complicated. This needs to be a cheap, shitty token. So I don't approve of that, but I like the concept of the spawner. So like to my mind at least, Poxwalkers should just be a really simple bog basic like 0 energy 1/1 with poisonous 1. That's all they should be. They're just cheap and shit and disposable. But I get that you had to balance the card around this, so it has to be a reasonably not terrible troop.
Or maybe you could just remove the text and have it as a frontline and poisonous 1.
Frontline would make sense too, yeah, because they are supposed to be like expendable garbage that runs out in front, yeah, and blocks hits. So I can see that too. Yeah, frontline's a poisonous 1, but like the survivor and all of the like toggling power increasing up and down with the amount of poison, I don't like that. It's too complex for a token troop. So the equivalent in Magic the Gathering, for example, would be like there are lots of cards that spawn 1/1 soldier tokens or 1/1 humans or 3/3 beasts, but they very rarely have like additional text baked into them because it's not a real card. It is a token that you just pull out of a pile and throw down on the field. It has to be simple because it can be represented with anything. There aren't always dedicated tokens to represent them. They need to be something you can remember very easily. That's how I'd explain that. I know you have more coding potential in a digital game, but at the same time, you still need to remember the cognitive load of a card like this. So I would say keep it simpler. But yeah, cool idea. I do love the idea of actually seeing Poxwalkers in Horus Heresy regions.
Does look like a legendary as well. Pretty interesting. So yeah.
Yes, the fact that it keeps on just recurring and spawning is very cool. Throw more bodies. It'll work.
Yep, I absolutely agree. Ooh, we got Tainted Land. So it's a 1 energy 3/3 structure, chaos. Resolution, give Mark of Chaos to all other non-demon troops. Backlash, return to your hand and increase its cost by 2. Ooh, so basically, it's a pretty powerful card in terms of its stats. It's a 1 energy 3/3. The resolution itself is there to give Marks of Chaos to other troops, and whenever you return it, it becomes higher costs. So technically speaking, if you think about it, at the start of the game, this is very strong, and as the game passes, the shittier it becomes. So, yeah, it's
my problem is it's too strong, but I like the idea. So I get,
Mhm.
yeah.
It needs can't attack though. Yeah, Raziel
Also,
pointed
that
out.
yes, it is. Yeah, it's missing that for a structure. Very aggressive tree.
It's the one from Harry
But,
Potter. It does look like that as well.
oh, what? Yeah, the Whomping Willow. Yeah. So how I would change this personally: 0 energy to start with. Don't make it be Don't make it be resolution. Give it to all other non-demon troops. That's way too strong for this. That's like consider Hall of Rights, for example. That's an Emperor's Children equivalent. 3 energy, and you have to play it first, and it's like the stats are about the same, a 3-3 to a 2-5. 2-5 is a little better, yeah, but but then you consider the cost differential, and holy crap, that is yeah, quite a difference, and it's neutral. So I would say, honestly, it needs to get shittier faster if you're going to have something be that powerful.
So maybe
And
increase the cost by 3 instead?
what I would want personally would be something like it would cost 0, but the cost would increase by 4 each time, and that way it's the mark of chaos. It feels very flavorful that way. 4, then 8, which is awful, and then 12, which is unplayable, literally unplayable. So it's a dead card in hand, plus clogging up your hand with garbage. Probably how I'd do that personally.
So you'd say +4, right?
Yes, yeah, but
Yeah,
it starts
that would
with
be
0.
pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah,
+4 would be
and
more
8.
decent.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. I do get the point of it. It's just clogging up your hand isn't actually that much of a downside in 90% of matchups. Obviously, if you're playing Alpha Legion, tough shit. But every other faction basically doesn't care about your hand size, and 90% of the time, you're not going to care about your hand size. Like, are there any factions that draw so many cards that they struggle to keep their hand clear? I
No,
can't
I
think of
mean,
any.
I think as long as we have a higher cost increase, this could be pretty good, because
Yeah.
technically speaking, uh, like that would be better because this one in its current form, it's first 1 energy, then 3, then 5, then 7, right? So as you said, it takes a bit too long to get high cost, right?
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't feel like it becomes a detriment in your hand fast enough.
I'd say, yeah, increase the cost increase, make it 0 and maybe +4, as you said, and it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I feel like it should be a little easier to kill as well, mate. Well, I don't know, maybe like a 1-3.
I mean, if you make it +4, I think 3-3 is fine.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I still feel like it would be like this is the thing. If you could play that as a 0 energy 3-3 or a 1 energy 3-3 that did this effect, you would play it and you'd be like, oh, it went back into my hand and it's crap now. Oh well, that's still
well,
objectively better than
no,
it just
what I was
dying.
saying is like, guys, like that's an EG problem because EG don't really have a dedicated code for permanent increase in cost, but all of these cards in today's submission mean permanent increase, obviously.
It's annoying because they have permanent decrease as well. So like, e.g. stupid coding. We know what we mean and we know what you mean. So, we'll take you at face value for that
Yep.
one. Because, yeah, it's an EG issue, not a U issue.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Okay.
But, yeah. I think this card is fundamentally just a bit busted because, again, it going back to your hand and increasing in cost is not a downside. It is an upside. It's just a shitty upside. So, you can't budget around it as if it was a downside because it's not. So, yeah, I think Tainted Land is kind of fundamentally busted as well. And anyway,
What about Exquisite Glory?
Let's see. 0 energy Emperor's Children card. I'm surprised this is the first Emperor's Children card we had because they're all about cost manipulation, although I suppose it's more about reduction than increase. Anyway, destroy a friendly troop and refund its energy cost. This card costs 2 more for each friendly troop, so it's actually a 2 energy cost card minimum, and realistically only. What would you even do with this? It's a weird one.
Hey, Sienna?
So obviously you can do some pretty disgusting things with this late game, but early game it's kind of not very good, which is where you want your ramp.
It's kind of similar to glistening determination.
Kind of, but it's a very different thing it's giving you, isn't it? This is giving you tempo in theory and combo potential. If fast troops were more accessible in this game, I would say this is disgusting. But as is, it's probably alright.
I mean, Emperor's Children don't really get a lot of those nowadays.
Yeah, you'd probably do some. This would probably become some kind of combo tool later on in the game's life cycle. So That's all I can really think about for it. But like, I don't know, and I also don't get the flavor. I don't know if I understand what it's supposed to be. Like, why does it increase in cost the more troops there are? Like, are you not sharing the glory? Why do you die when you acquire the glory? Yeah. No, sorry,
I
Zach.
think
Not feeling
I
this
think
one.
what this means in terms of flavor is that Lucius is not sharing the glory, so it's destroying the friendly troop, and then just gets the energy back because now it's all his.
Yeah, but why does it cost more for each friendly troop you have then? Is there like more peer
Because
pressure
more
to
he
not
has to
murder your
kill.
friends? Yeah, but it doesn't kill all your troops. It kills a single troop. No, I don't feel this one. It's all right, but like,
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, any late submissions?
Yes, there are a couple.
Ha!
So,
As always.
I know, not late submissions. I just added them because
Oh, I see.
some of them were in the spam again. So, increasing
fair.
vengeance. Deal 1 energy.
Sorry.
Deal damage to this card's cost to 3 random non-warlord enemies. When an enemy unit attacks, increase the cost of this card by 1 to a maximum of 10. Ooh. And it's a Caliban card, though. So I kind of get the flavor. The more they take from Caliban, the angrier Caliban gets.
Okay, that's pretty neat.
Actually,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good idea. I do like it. It's not busted as either.
Yeah. Because it increases in cost, which means that it becomes less flexible, but obviously the value actually increases exponentially compared to the cost, which is how cards should work, because as you get more and more explosive in power and cost, the troops become more liable to being answered wrong, and the cards and the tactics and removal become less flexible. So yeah, cards should grow in power exponentially compared to their costs.
Yeah, plus it doesn't target the warlord, so I think it's quite balanced.
Yeah, you can't actually, and it can't stack up on the same troop, so it is AOE. It has to be used that way.
Plus, you're not always gonna draw it.
And it kind of, and plus it kind of works for flavor as well, because obviously the defenders of Caliban, they were all about like, how dare you attack us and start a war. You know, it's Caliban is going to separate off and be its own little microstate.
Igor makes a good point. Not exponentially, only linearly, chat. The cost increase.
Yeah, no, you're right. Exponentially is the incorrect word there. But you know what I mean. This card does not increase exponentially, but cards should increase exponentially in value as they increase in cost.
That's a pretty neat.
Yeah.
Oh, Solar Watchwarden.
Oh, yeah.
That's yours?
You had any... Sorry, well, I can't read it until it's in the folder.
Oh, you're right. So, okay, 0 energy, 1/1. Frontline, a sentinel. First strike. While in hand, this troop's attack and health are equal to your opponent's maximum energy, and its cost is equal to your maximum energy. Now, the question is, does this break the rules? What do you think, chat? Does this break the rules?
It doesn't use the exact wording, but it's a card that increases in cost, and it can't ever go down unless your opponent plays one of those weird like energy reduction cards that no one plays anymore because he nerfed them last patch. So I think that counts. It's kind of complex for a common is my only issue.
It's more like an epic.
And honestly, with an effect like this, it could even be a legendary. But yeah, yeah, what's it gonna be? I don't know. It's just kind of it feels kind of clunky. It doesn't really need your opponent's the opponent clause. It could just all of that could key off your energy. Right now, what is it? You get technically it gives you a slight advantage if you're playing from behind, so that's nice at least.
Or if your enemy does the asteroid belt / factory.
That is true, yeah. It's all right. It doesn't feel like a common though. That's the only thing. The rarity's misplaced.
I mean, card is fine for sure, but yeah, it does need to feel a little more than what like. It does need a little more help, is what I think, because is just too simple. But by simple, I mean like doesn't really give you anything that much, and it's a little bit complicated. But it's fine. I think it's okay.
Right. Any others, or was that the last one?
2 more. Gathering materials. So you got gathering materials, holy servitors. A Mechanicum 0 energy tactic. Always starts in your hand. Give a friendly troop attack and health equal to the cost of this card. If this card costs at least 5, also give it a random buff. While in hand, increase the cost of self at the start of your turn by 1. Up to a max of 10. Ooh. Ooh. This is like a huge forbidden protocol. So at 3 energy, for example, if you have a troop, you can just drop it.
Well, the main problem with it right now is, as always, starts in your hand. So, because that's never going to be a downside, that's pure upside. So you would run this in every deck with 0 exceptions.
Yeah, because it also gives a buff later.
Yeah, do you mean always takes up a slot in your starting hand? Because I know that wording seems weird, but it is very necessary. Otherwise, cards just auto includes.
Probably, because if it's an extra card, it's too much. I think it means that it takes a slot.
Yeah, exactly. If it's an extra card, then it needs to literally have a downside attached to it that hurts you in some way. Because otherwise, like, how?
Yeah, I think actually that's how it works, because I think that's how the mission of the. Not the mission, but the mission as well as the secret of the Dark Angels work. They take card slots.
I don't think mission is worded that way, but I will
double check and also check Forbidden Secret.
Yeah.
Because I'm certain it was worded that way.
You're gonna like this. Missions actually are not worded anywhere.
Forbidden Secret should be, I think.
They just work that way. You're expected to know. Thanks, EG.
Thanks a lot, Everguild.
Pinnacle of good design there. Let's see. Forbidden Secret always starts in your hand. Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. That is the appropriate wording then, according to EG. I'll give you that. We'll let that one off then. I do wonder why it has that though. Like flavorfully, what is the purpose of that?
Well, technically, I think the purpose is that so that it's not trash because you draw it later, because it's just gonna be like a very.
Yeah, but what justifies that in its flavor compared to like every other tactic in the game?
Well, I mean, if you got servitors, they're always readily available.
Yeah, but there's lots of cards that represent servitors in this game.
I think it's more about a balancing issue than a flavor one when it comes to starting in your hand. I think it's just there because it makes the card a bit stronger. I actually like that, because if you were to run double copy of this, you're essentially ruining your hand by having 2 of these. It would be really trashy.
It would be a bad draw late game, yeah, but that's kind of the point of a card like this, because this is very strong. You got to remember, there's the Salamanders. Their big buff card is 5 energy, give +4/+4, because buffs are actually kind of powerful to just smack people with out of nowhere. The premier really powerful one is Agents of the Sigilites, Chosen of the Sigilite, which is a +3/+3 buff, admittedly with some Survivor, which helps. But yeah, having this in neutral with such a competitive cost to buff ratio, with an additional bonus if you last long enough for it to get to 5. And it's also a random buff, which I hate. Yeah, I don't like the way this is balanced and the flavor.
I kind of do like it, especially because, as I said, you won't run 2 copies of this, because if both of them start in your hand, it's terrible. You're essentially like destroying your hand. Imagine playing a Primarch and starting with the Reckoning plus 2 of these. Yeah, Rise of the Monsters.
What Zach says, 5 energy, +5/+5, and a random buff. It's just a bit gross, really. Slap that on Goldstones or Fast Troop, and yeah, no, not a fan.
Rise of the Monsters.
That was the best meme.
I don't know, maybe like you could just mulligan them, but yeah, if you draw it late game, it's kind of trash.
But But yeah, I don't like the flavor because the flavor doesn't match on to what the effect is. I don't like the effect that much, and I especially don't like the start in your hand thing. That feels like it should be reserved for very specific cards, and this doesn't feel like a very specific card.
I want to bet again, Teach. Okay.
Oh, did I hate on another card of yours, Sevatar? Sorry. Which one was it? Go on, tell me.
This was the one.
Oh, it's this one. Yeah, no, it's a piece of shit, Sevatar. No, love you, mate.
Oh my god.
I'm an asshole, basically. I'm just gonna admit it.
Goldstone, get your legacy ass out of here.
All right. They'll print another fast neutral eventually. Fuck off, Grey Dog.
Get your legacy ass out of here.
That's it. Yeah, no, I'm fighting your whole chat today. Apparently.
Oh my god. Okay, final one. Lifewords, Swarm Protectors, 1,000 Suns, 3 energy, 2/2. Rally, give your Warlord shield. Backlash, return this card to your hand. Permanently increase the cost and attack by 1. Ooh.
Ah.
That's actually
like
pretty
that.
good, yeah. Because it only increases in attack, so it's always easy to remove. But it keeps giving your Warlord shield, which is awesome. This is something that I would include 1 copy of in my into my deck, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I wonder if maybe it should just increase the cost, attack, and toughness as well, because like I don't feel like this gets. I feel like this gets weaker too quickly. Oh, well, I suppose it is return to hand, though. It's not return to deck.
This comes from a man who had Grok's porn as his art, by the way.
I'm gonna find the art now again and then send it to you. You brought this upon yourself.
Oh my god! Please don't.
It's not explicit. There's nothing explicit about it. It's just you can very clearly tell whoever commissioned it is into this.
Oh god. Yeah. 1,000 Suns don't need shields?
That depends on the warlord. Some warlords will like this. Obviously, you wouldn't play this in Foes of Stakar because he makes his own shields, so I agree with that. But some would like it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, to be honest, because maybe if you're facing stuff like World Eaters or whatnot, it could be pretty good.
Yeah, I can see the value behind it. I like it. Yeah, it's a pretty...
Same for me. Same for me.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at these submissions then.
Okay,
gentlemen.
You just stick them in the folder quickly so I can like see them all on the master.
Yeah, I think you're missing these guys, so let me just try to pull them in. Wait.
It's just easier to check all of the cards over when they're available for me, because like your stream's on a delay to me.
Okay, refresh it. Should be there.
Dunker.
Okay.
Yep. There we go.
Now
right.
then, okay, let me say a couple that I really like.
Okay.
So first off, I really like the Diminishing Supplies.
Yep.
Simple and good. We always like those. I also really like My Soldier's Rage, though it's not like...
I agree. No, yeah, I agree. So what were you going to say first? Then I'll say my piece. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like I think it's a cool finisher. It's better than like most finishers because it's actually surprisingly well balanced. So
I like the flavor of it, and I like the reference, but I also like the fact that it functions as a real card without just being a meme. Like this is how you do memes, guys. Like it's a good card in itself. You put the real proper one first, and then we can appreciate the reference and the funny in the second image you attach.
Absolutely.
So, like, well done whoever made that one. I like that one.
I also like Second Wind.
Yeah, actually, you know what? It's a little strong. We did a great HP1 energy, didn't we? Yeah. I actually surprisingly like Lifewords a lot as well, but otherwise you've already picked the 3 that I would have like thrown out there for consideration. And Lifewords is the other one in contention, personally.
Lifewords was really good, but it's late, so I'm afraid I can't.
Are we disqualified? Get fucked, Grey Dog.
It's a good card though. I really like it. It would
yeah,
compete.
I do. Yeah.
I honestly also really like the Hidden Amongst the Dead, even though it has its problems. So I think it's pretty cool.
Hang on, I don't see that one. Where's that?
The Pox.
The legend. Yes. Yeah, that's a bit too messy for me. Like, I do like the idea, but the Poxwalker token is just very clunky. But yeah, it's, the idea is cool. So I do agree with that.
Others
Rising
are...
Vengeance is pretty solid.
Yeah, actually, I almost forgot. This one's also pretty solid. I think I would personally give number 1, however, to Diminishing Supplies.
I would too.
I mean, I know it's simple, but I think it's just good.
There is nothing wrong with simplicity if done well. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think we do that. Do we agree that this is number 1?
Yeah, I think someone very eloquently put it to me. One of my friends once said that you would rather have a simple spag bolognese than have someone cock up a coq au vin.
Say what now?
Coq au vin. It's a French dish. It's it's a really complicated way of cooking a chicken in red wine.
How's
basically just like
how's it called again? Can you say it again?
Coq au vin. COQAUVIN.
So I'm just doing a fan service for the viewers who like listening to you say cock. So there you go.
Oh right. You know, honestly, it's worse that you made me say French.
Oh my god. Okay, so a British man over here, guys. Don't be surprised. So why don't we give number 2?
I'd give it to Lifewords, but you're disqualifying it.
I mean, I have to. I gotta play with the rules.
Yeah, no, it's fair. You've got to enforce some discipline. I think My Soldier's Rage is a little too clunky in its wording, so I think that downgrades it to 3rd, in my opinion. I like Second Wind more, slightly. Otherwise, I would give it to My Soldier's Rage, but My Soldier's Rage takes 3rd instead by default. I do agree, Hidden Amongst the Dead is quite cool, but it's just it needs a bit of work, really. So that pushes
I'm
it
actually
just
quite fine with that, with Supplies, Second Wind, and My Soldier's Rage. I think this is one of those cases where we are in complete agreement about the 3.
Complete synergy. We have one mind. It's all that gameplay we're doing together.
Oh, speaking of which, Janitor New Pie, do you mean the Discord of card creation or Discord of HHL? If it's HHL, just see any one of my videos, and in the description I always have the invite to both Warforge and HHL servers, so you can just join in. And I will be posting the new rules maybe in an hour maximum. So,
hang on, I'm just going to write it in the chat for Hypno as well. Coq au vin. There you go. That's how you spell it. See, I'm cultured, me. I know French words and shit.
You know what, Janitor New Pie? I'll post the rules on a community post in a couple of minutes, and once it's available, so you can check it there.
Make sure to include a link to the card creation software as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Right. Yeah. I think we're in agreement.
Yeah, look forward to seeing your contributions next time, though, if you're going to try Janitor. It'll be good to... I love having new contestants. It's good stuff.
Crocs, cock.
Fuck you, Zach. Your whole chat's bullying me today. This is unfair.
Oh my god, he just won the comment section.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just a fucking bastard he is. It's because they're all jealous of my sexy new mic and voice. That's all.
Yeah, fortunately, at least that one wasn't hacked.
ASMR. Oh, number 2, we already decided on Second Wind.
So let's see who actually won. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
this is actually a guy who just joined the first time, Evil Vitas.
Oh, it's a first-time contestant. Oh, okay, cool. I love it when new people win.
This is quite a veteran player, though. I remember he was playing back when I started playing. So.
Oh.
Okay, so he's on the 2nd. 3rd is, I believe, Eager, a Hypnomarine, I think.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. Is it Hypno? Wait. Yeah, it's Hypno for the 3rd place, and I believe Raz is number 1.
Oh, Raz got 1st place. That was yours, was it, Raz?
I think. Wait. Where is Raz? Let me just search Raziel. Oh, yeah. Raz got number 1.
So glad I don't have to do any of the bookkeeping of this. So it's just seems like a nightmare. You have far more patience than I do.
I'd say pretty good submissions though.
Yes.
It was easy to even decide the winners. That was really good. So next one is flavor, right?
Yeah. So I have to think about what to do with that.
I got a couple ideas. So
that's good.
let's sign off now, Chad, and let's have a discussion, and we'll post it in a couple of minutes.
Sounds good. Thanks for all the submissions, guys. They're really fun.